Everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. I'm Purely Banerjee and welcome you all to Psychoprodigy, your one-stop solution for everything psychology. Okay, today we are going to discuss what are the high weightage topics in your PFO paper, Paradigmatic Foundations of Psychological Inquiry. So I teach this subject in Psychoprodigy. So we shall get started with high weightage topics, alright? From Unit 1, which is Paradigmatic Foundations of Psychological Inquiry, what are the goals of psychological research? So there are certain goals of psychological research, and I want you guys to be prepared on that. If in case you get a direct question, well and good. Even if you do not get a direct question, just be prepared with what are the goals of psychological research. Okay, then research paradigms, what are the different research paradigms? So when you talk about paradigm class, it is basically the way a research is carried out. Okay, like what type of data collection method would be used, how the data would be analyzed, and what type of research method, qualitative, quantitative, what approach would be followed. So that is what a paradigm talks about. So it's a set of framework. Okay, so when you are starting with this subject, know the basic terms, like know the what is the word paradigm mean. So such understanding will help you to also easily understand these concepts and also learn them. Okay, then what are the standards of good research? So these are certain topics that are important under unit 1. Okay, like the standard of good research, like objectivity, reliability, you have to know them. You have to know your basics. Even if you get short note on, say, suppose write about standards of good research, mention what is research first. Okay, don't just go on writing, then talk about what are the standards. Use scientific terms while you're writing your answers. And again, we will be coming up with a video which will have some expected questions from this subject, so stay tuned for that also. Okay.
एग्जाम आ गया इस वीडियो से सीख रहे हो कि कैसे पढ़ना है. डोंट वरी, DUSL एग्जाम सेल इज लाइव ऑन आवर वेबसाइट psychoprodigy.in. लिंक इज इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन. आपको सारे सब्जेक्ट के लिए अगर नोट्स चाहिए, सिर्फ और सिर्फ नोट्स, they are available for 249. Can you imagine? And if you want to take the recorded lectures, if you have the time and if you want to study and if you want to score really good, all recorded lectures of each SEM-3 and SEM-5 course is only 699. Can you imagine? This is the best sale. This is the best sale that you can get, and this is the best resource that you can get जिससे आप amazing marks लेके आ सकते हो. So what are you waiting for? जल्दी से हमारी वेबसाइट पे जाओ psychoprodigy.in/store and DUSL एग्जाम सेल का फायदा उठाओ. Let's get back to the video.
Unit 2, which talks about traditions of inquiry, again it is split among two chapters. So quantitative methods and qualitative methods. Quantitative methods, okay, your observation, your survey method, your all of this you have to know it. Okay, then qualitative methods, your case study, phenomenology, ethnography. So what is the difference between qualitative method and qualitative, quantitative methods? The difference in terms of sampling, difference in terms of data analysis, all of this. Okay, what are the benefits of quantitative research methods? What are the merits of qualitative? What are the demerits of qualitative? What are the demerits of quantitative? So these things you have to know them. Okay, then when you're doing qualitative methods, like give stress upon the concept of reflexibility, because that is again one more pointer that you have in your chapter. Okay, so what is reflexibility? So since qualitative methods, they have limited generalizability factor, hence reflexibility is what comes into play. So this is actually something that curbs the demerits of qualitative research methods, where it talks about how, the researcher has to be constantly aware of what are the thought processes, their personal biases, and basically introspect on themselves, so that they are writing down each and every bias that might have come into play throughout the research process. Okay, right from data collection, right from topic selection to everything. Okay, then sampling and sampling bias. What is sampling? Okay, learn a definition. What are the different types of sampling? Probability and non-probability sampling. Sampling bias. How does sampling bias affect a particular finding? Know these concepts. So when you're learning these concepts, go beyond what is written and try to understand, from application point of view. Okay, then literature review. So literature review, how do you do a literature review? There are detailed steps given for how you can do the literature review. And that is also one of the questions that is given in your back questions, okay, of your DUSCL book. So very important class, make sure you do not just miss it, okay. Again, I would like to remind you guys that, like, we are currently running an exam season sale where you're getting all the recorded lectures for 699 rupees only for this subject. And along with that, if you just like, if you want to do self study, okay, you do not want the recorded lectures, you just want the notes, you can get the PDF notes for this subject only for rupees 249. Isn't it amazing, right? So you can click to access these resources in the description below and get started with your learning. All right, let's move forward with our unit 3, which talks about data techniques of data generation, which is again split across 3 chapters. All right, so the first chapter talks about mixed methods design. So now at times the researcher might decide not to only follow quantitative method and not to only follow qualitative method. So in such cases, what we do is we take a mixed method approach, okay. So you're using qualitative as well as quantitative. Now there are various approaches also. So say suppose you might use quantitative and qualitative parallelly, okay, doing this and doing that also. Say suppose you're using it in a sequence, first qualitative and then quantitative. Or else you can also do, okay, first quantitative then qualitative then again quantitative. So there are various the different methods of mix, like, the different methods under mixed method design. So make sure you go through them. All right, then you have mixed method sampling, how sampling is done in mixed method. Okay, so a lot of times what happens, say a qualitative research has been done, okay. Now if you find out a problem, okay, if you have a problem in your mind and then after doing a statistical analysis you have that, okay, this um, sample, okay, this sample has maybe scored low or high on a particular variable. Now you can assess this qualitatively. Why? So now your sampling will depend upon what the results were in the quantitative research approach. Okay. So the methods of data collection. So that is what it talks about, that based upon the researcher's goal. So all of this depends upon the researcher's goal only. It will matter what sort of sampling you will use and what method of data collection you will use, okay. Then approaches to qualitative methods, what are the different approaches of qualitative methods. We have discussed each and every concept in great detail and depth in our recorded lectures, so make sure you check them out, okay. Then ethical considerations in qualitative research. Whenever you're doing any research class, any research for that matter, be it qualitative, be it quantitative, there are always certain ethical considerations that we have to take. Informed consent, voluntary participation, then things like you have to like, the participant has the free will to leave the research at any given moment, okay. So you have to go through the ethical considerations in qualitative research in detail. And especially when you talk about this unit 3, it in very detail talks about, like, methods of data collection both in qualitative and quantitative. Say in qualitative, like how our focus group discussions are done, how FGD is done, then how do you collect data in case study. It is given in great depth, okay. So say if you talk about, say, FGD, what is FGD, okay, what are the characteristics features of FGD, then what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. So this in detail you will only write if it only talks about one particular method, okay, under qualitative or quantitative. But if it is asking you about totality of, say, write about quantitative methods of research, okay, so then you're not expected to write for a 5 marker answer 5-10 pages, okay. Write everything in short. But again, one more important thing that I would like to give you guys is that whenever you're writing an answer, do not think that because this is of 5 marks, this is of 10 marks, I will skip on pointers. Mention each and every point, but in concise manner, okay. That will surely help you fetch great marks in examinations, okay. Again, I would like to remind you that all our recorded lectures for this particular subject, due to our exam season sale, is only available for 699 rupees. And if you wish to do self study, you do not want the recorded lectures but you want the PDF notes of it, you can only get it for 249 rupees class, okay. So make sure you invest in your education and you can speed up your learning process with us, Psycho Prodigy, okay. I wish you all the luck, all the best for your examinations. Do not worry, be relaxed, and make sure that you're preparing consistently. Put in your hard work, and everything shall be all right. Okay, we'll see you all soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.